questions in regards to politics and governance, and we get answers, we get opinions from you, from people that we are having here as a panel. We keep it short and sweet and simple. So what is happening in Kenya right now? Of course, Kenyans are crying. Shida mingi sana. First of all, the cost of living. Next, we go to the increment in fuel prices, the taxation that is being done, or yes, to very many Kenyans. And a lot of Kenyans are crying. And my question is to Nyamweya, number one. Yes. As a country, where do you think we are headed to?
The country is heading into a wrong direction. Mm-hmm. It is not heading to the right direction. Kenyans are suffering down there. Fuel cost is high, heavy taxation, and everything is high. Mm-hmm. So Kenyans are suffering. Taxpayers are suffering down there. I don't know whether the president is aware, but what I know, people are suffering. Mm-hmm. The Kenyans, he promised to bottom them up. But the Kenyans who are languishing in poverty now, who are not even able to put food on the table, are suffering because of high taxation, fuel levies high, have become high, and everything is high actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are in a very poor state. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Na sasa hiyo ni 1 year, 1 year down the line. Yeah, what about 5 years? The remaining 4 years, are we looking forward kuendelea kusuffer?
I don't know what will happen. Uh-huh. The next, not why you are going far, not 5 years. Uh-huh. Let us talk about 1.5 years from now. Mm-hmm. If we are suffering within this 1 year, what do you think will happen in the next 1.5 years before we approach to 2 years? Mm-hmm. It will be terrible. Actually, our president is going round, campaigning, giving a very friend speech on how he's going to revive the economy, on how he's going to put money into the pockets of those people who are suffering down there. Hustlers. Yeah, hustlers, mama mboga, wheelbarrows. But they are the ones who are suffering most. They are the ones who are suffering now. It's as if the few revenue that is collected from these poor people, yeah, is helping the rich. Yeah? They are topping up the rich now. They are not bottomed up. Yeah. They are the ones who are suffering for the sake of the rich. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most definitely. And what do you think, or if you are the president's advisor right now, ungemwambia afanyie nini wa Kenya, the hustlers?
If I were the president's advisor, I could have told him the truth. Mm-hmm. You see now people like Jerigei, mm-hmm. they are bringing motion about extending the presidential term limit. Mm-hmm. And you can see where Jerigei comes from. Mm-hmm. That is a clear indication, a signal, direct signal from the president. What the president is thinking comes through people like Jerigei, mm-hmm. Jerigei and the rest. And I think if you have not forgotten, similar motion came also from the same, almost the president's backyard, or let's say president's backyard, mm-hmm. of extending presidential term, mm-hmm. into 14 years. Why can't we reduce? Why are we not thinking of reducing president term limit to 8 years, like other countries, like what's happening in America and other countries? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Why are we thinking of extending instead of reducing? Meaning we don't have interest of common mwananchi. We don't have any interest anymore of those people who are suffering down there. Mm-hmm. You see even what is happening in ministries, many ministries actually right now, especially the 10 ministers, starting from Kindiki, the Minister of Benena Maronsa, Kuria, Benena Maronsa, the tourism, I think it's tourism. Yes. Kuria, Trade and the Industry, mm-hmm. Minister of Finance, Minister of Agriculture. They are ghost state corporations. Man have been stolen and answering. Mm-hmm. They cannot even account for the loss of the billions, 2.6 billion that have been lost. I don't know what is even happening with our parliament. I don't know why they are not summoning such people to come and answer questions regarding Kenya. You know, this is taxpayers' money. We can't keep silent when everything is going astray. Yeah.
Most definitely. And of course, last week there was a report that came out, a survey that was stating some of the CSs who are working in Kenya and that ranking the CSs. And on the top of the list was Kithure Kindiki, but of course, a lot of Kenyans were also complaining, especially for the education sector as well as the healthcare sector in Kenya, and we're still seeing President Ruto trying to push for the NHIF increment. We've also seen the energy CS being bashed, wakisema hakuna kazi anafanya hapa nje, as well as Moses Kuria also being bashed because of the sentiments. Wanasema anaongea ovyo ovyo huko nje, you know. And the statement was that Ruto alichagua cabinet secretaries ambao wanamwangusha. What's your take on that?
Maybe, to my take, actually sometimes I think Moses is speaking what is exactly in the mind of the president. But he pretends sometimes to be drunk. You know, what he speaks, when you listen very carefully to Moses Kuria, sometimes to me, he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. He knows what he's saying. So, and the most, I can call it even as a tragedy. Yeah. Because the people the president elected into all of these portfolios is those people, or are those people who supported him, who worked for him, who have shares in this government. You see, that's why it's becoming so difficult and impossible for the president to summon these people, or even awachise kazi, you know, because they have shares. If you know, you cannot expect, you cannot you cannot huwezi fukuza mtu ambaye who has already shares in the government or in any company. I think that's what is becoming so impossible for the president to tackle this problem, because there is rampant corruption everywhere. Every ministry, there is money stolen. Every parastatal, there is money stolen. You see, we have a problem with Kenya Power. Who is the CEO? Who is the CS for Kenya Power? Davis Jirigiri. I think if I'm not wrong. Yeah? Jirigiri. Who is the Director General? Ibra? Kipto.
Names have gone.
No, Kipto. You know, I'm trying to compare. Who are these people? They talk the same language with the president. Can't he communicate using their own mother tongue to these people, because he's the one who supported them, who elected them? He can't distance himself from these people, and again, he's the one who elected them. Kenyans couldn't have been atungejua watu. So what we are saying, the president must be answerable to all these problems Kenyans are facing. More so, let him remember the manifesto he used to ascend into power. What was it all about? So, the president cannot distance himself from all these problems. Yeah? Because these are the same problems he promised the Kenyans to solve. Yeah.
Most definitely. And now my final question, when we go back to Chergay's statement, he, according to him, when he was sending this proposal, he said that adding a presidential term that is from 5 to 7 and allowing you to serve for probably 14, that is 2 terms, is because 5 years is too little time to ya kuendeleza maendeleo.
Yes.
And I was just looking back at the presidents who served Kenya. So far now we are at president number 5.
Yeah.
The first president served Kenya for almost
for 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
Yes.
The second president for 24 years.
years.
The third president
10 years.
10 years. The fourth
president
president went
10
for
years.
10 years, you know. And now we are having the fifth president, and within the first year, people are complaining. So there's when you talk about like Moi's term, for example, the complaints were the same,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
When you talk about Kibaki's era, of course, obviously we saw a little bit of improvement in terms of the economy kidogo.
Yeah.
When we came to Uhuru, watu wanasema hiyo ni story ingine inawekwa kando, you know.
Yeah.
And now we are at Ruto. And now we're asking, so if according to assessment from
Also
previous
the periods 2.6
regimes,
regimes.
the kind of progress that we've made in Kenya, what ascertains that if you add an extra 2 years to this person, or an extra an extra 2 years, 2 terms,
people to come and answer questions regarding
is this
Kenya.
Gonna
You know,
make
this
change?
is taxpayers' money.
Should give them Ruto time.
We can't keep silent.
The
answer
must be
when everything is going astray.
What do we really want to achieve?
Most definitely. And of course,
as a
last week,
country, what does the president have in mind for this country? You know, the problem we have, once we have been elected, or once the president has been elected into power, he forgets all the interests of Kenyan people. The people he promised to support, the people he promised to solve their problems. You know, now we are suffering, Kenyans are suffering from one part to the other, from education sector, fuel, heavy taxation, high taxation, and everything.
Yeah.
Kenyans are surrounded with problems. And now, the same leaders who promised to assist or to help Kenyans change their lives are the ones who are agitating for extension of presidential term into 14 years instead of 10. I asked a question. I asked myself a simple question. Why not reducing from 10 to 8 years?
Yes, yeah.
Why can't you work fast? Why can't you try the best for this first term, starting from this 1 year, for Kenyans to see that you are capable of helping them, or doing or achieving all the promises you or what you promised them. Yeah.
Most definitely. And I know.
So to me, I don't think whether they are going to change. These are the same monkeys in the forest. They may look different, but they are alike. Na zile vitu wanafanya. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is
and again, I think I've not sijamaliza hiyo question. And the presidential term limit is 10 now.
Yes.
Moi went for 24 years because by that time hatukuwa tumebadilisha constitution yetu.
Yeah.
We changed it. Then Kibaki alienda 10 years. Uhuru 10 years.
Yeah.
And they did walifanya kile walifanya.
Yeah.
Now Ruto sasa instead ya kufanya tumuone mahali amefikia na mahali ataenda, ni sisi tunamwambia, you know, this constitution is for the people, not for the president. The president has no power to change this constitution. It is for the people. If you want to amend or to change anything, you have to go back to the people. Or rather, there must be a referendum.
Referendum, yes.
Yeah. In order to change it, the constitution. So, you see, even this other views given by other leaders like Jeregei and the other, I think this is what exactly the president is thinking, is planning to do. This is what is planning to do. So, Jeregei and the other ni watu tu wanapweka tu. Ni ndoani imeruswa musikike wa Kenya mna nia gani? Mnaweza sikia vizuri, tusikie vizuri, yes, and we are suffering. Kenyans are suffering down here, not up there. We were promised to be top what bottomed
Bottomed up.
bottomed up
Yeah.
from where we are, but instead it is the opposite now. Ni bottom down.
Bottom down, yeah.
You see, let the president fulfill the promises he promised Kenyans first. We want to see what you have done, not what you are going to do. And you see, the president has been going round. In America, he went into many organizations. And I think publicly, through the news, it was given somewhere 8 billion. They mentioned, let me say, they mentioned 8 billion, 120, 1 what? Money in terms of billions. Do you think this money is coming to help Kenyans? No. We expected when the president came back from America, the first speech he could have given in Uhuru Park, where our governors yesterday, Uhuru Park,
Yes.
could be what he has achieved. Remember, all the tours the president is making is through taxpayers. He's using taxpayers' money.
No.
Remember that. Not his own money. Gachagua the same. Mudavadi the same. And I think they escaped because they knew what was going to happen the following day. There could be announcement for fuel. High cost of fuel. That's what they escaped. To me, that's what they escaped. Yeah. They never wanted the announcement to be met where they're here. And actually, they have all come back. Have you heard any one of them talking about high cost of fuel?
None.
I think that could be the first speech for the president. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been out and I've had fuel. So, you see, tunataka ile maneno inatoka kwa, you know, the president is the head of this country. Is the CEO of the country. Is the father of the country. He cannot distance himself from all these problems Kenyans are facing. He's aware. If not so, what did he promise Kenyans? What was he coming to do? These are the same problems he was coming to solve. Instead, it is happening in the opposite way now. Let us be serious. You are one person who is the head of the state, the country, leading 50 million people, a population of 50 million people. Waingize kwenye bahari ama waokoe. Yeah.
And I think that is a very good message to the president himself, yeah? And a challenge as well to the president. So for Ask Siasa, it's just that simple. We'll keep it short and simple. And of course, we'll be doing more of this, getting to have more of Nyamweya as well to explain to us what is happening out here. And if you have any question that you want him to answer, pose it to us. But most definitely, my question to you as we end this particular segment is, where are we headed as Kenyans? And number two, is it viable to have like an extended presidential term, or should it be reduced?